What is changing in India in the recent past? How do you think Panasonic is taking advantage of that?
Culmination of about last 10 years of activity which has started from the government's real push on the Make in India, introduction of a lot of production linked incentive scheme, the spec scheme. A lot of our customers who are kind of now making an attempt not only to buy locally but also making a lot of investments for design and development.
What are your plans for the future?
We have a composite solution. The local design and development which is really aided up has really helped us, not only us, global customers, local bases.
What are your comments on the supply chain position in India?
Now we are in a position, even in a crisis situation, things can happen quite fast.
Good morning. I am pleased to welcome Narayan Kumar, country head for Panasonic India, to the Ramakrishna stall. Hi, hey Narayan, welcome.
Good morning, good to meet you first of all.
Yes. I was actually very keen to get industry leaders like yourself opinion on what is changing in India in the recent past. How do you think Panasonic is taking advantage of that?
I wouldn't say recently, but I think this is a culmination of about last 10 years of activity which has started from the government's real push on the Make in India, the drive towards localization, introduction of a lot of production linked incentive scheme, the spec scheme. I think it was a culmination which has kind of led to the story today. As I see the situation today, we can see a lot of our customers who are kind of now making an attempt not only to buy locally but also making a lot of investments for design and development, which is a clear shift from the last 3 to 4 years. Earlier box build was coming and at the best assembly was happening. But if you look at the city of Bangalore, we have a lot of global capability centers building up on the hardware side now, apart from software which was always there. So this is a clear shift. Not only that, of course, the diversification on the supply chain is definitely aiding India. We can see a lot of businesses coming from global customers which are graduating towards India. Clear plus as I see it right now.
Yes. Panasonic, I understand, has been a trendsetter in terms of INR supply of components, which is a very interesting experiment which you did. How is that working for you?
It has kind of exceeded all expectations, in spite of course, there were a lot of skepticism about because majority of the suppliers who are operating out of overseas and supplying in dollars or foreign currency. I think it's not about the currency per se. The movement towards graduating from our overseas facility to actually be near to the customer, giving them the comfort of a local supply chain. So Indian rupee is of course, kind of a collateral advantage because you de-risk the overall currency thing also, because we are buying in bulk, we are kind of stocking. But more importantly, it kind of gives comfort, particularly after the COVID thing, the supply chain disruption happened. So a lot of our partners who have joined now to open up their local INR billing, so we are keeping stocks, they are keeping stocks. Ultimately, the customer is gaining in the overall situation. So we started off quite small in terms of but now largely about 80-85% of our business has moved to Indian rupee. As I speak now.
Because this is what we are trying to push at Ramakrishna too, that we keep local stock in INR and are able to supply as a kit, like a milk run to our key customers.
Absolutely, very pertinent point, because RK, when we started off, they were in fact the first ones to welcome the idea, to be very frank. Because they were already entrenched with their local warehouses. They had a lot of local customer base. So they were already, quite okay, because obviously Ramakrishna also has the overseas part, but I think that has really kind of catalyzed the overall local supply chain development efforts for us.
Okay. So Narayan, what are your plans for the future for Panasonic India?
So Panasonic Industry per se, which is the overall B2B devices vertical for us, which is kind of composition of all electronics, electromechanical, batteries, HVAC devices. So we have a composite solution. So as we see it today, the local design and development which is really aided up has really helped us, not only us, global customers, local basis, global tech solutions coming to India. So we have really strengthened our overall team, including with partners like Ramakrishna, some of our other partners as well, where we can give that composite solution locally,
Right.
which was some point in time back, okay, it's an overseas solution and we are just trying to do a service. So this is a big shift. Moving forward, we are really looking at some segment which are really going to really enable, for example, the automation part of the final assembly of some products.
Okay.
Yeah. We already have some final assembly of some sensors,
Okay.
but how to take it forward to look at a full localization suite for us.
Okay.
That would be the...
That is an excellent goal because Make in India will be realized as we increase the value addition in India.
Absolutely.
I'm firmly, and vendors like you, if you are taking the lead,
Yes.
it is an excellent step for India.
That is the in thing and that is the goal. Yeah.
True, true. What are your comments on the supply chain position in India compared to overseas, your experience overseas?
In terms of components per se,
Yes.
I would say it has drastically improved. For the ecosystem has been existing, but the maturity which has taken care or some kind of a more of a catalyst happening after COVID.
Right.
So including our partners, including Ramakrishna, have really come together to look at how do we make the supply chain more efficient. Not in terms of stocking, but also looking at cutting the lead times of many components. And including suppliers like us have also kind of graduated towards that situation. How do we, in fact, some point in time back, the lead times were quite high. But now we are in a position, even in a crisis situation, things can happen quite fast. Almost touching the overseas level of the on-time delivery, as we call it.
I also feel the suppliers in India are really moving forward. Like Ramakrishna, we are adding a customer portal to our suite of IT support,
Right.
where the customer will be able to see his backlog, his purchase orders through our portal directly. So which will immensely aid his way of working, his own backlog management. So things like that are, I think, we are moving ahead in that.
This is the right thing to do because
Yes.
the customer has to have a full visibility.
True.
Starting from not only order from the inquiry part to the
Yes.
overall delivery.
True.
If we can have a full visibility at one place without going to multiple things, this is ultimate the overall supply chain.
Okay. Okay.
We would be clearly welcoming if Ramakrishna takes the lead. We can also integrate Panasonic into it.
Great, great. We will talk in detail about that. And as a final question, something which nobody knows about Narayan Kumar, would you like to share?
I don't know. A lot of people know everything about me, but yes, I can just share that I was a very avid cycler during college times, and I did a cycle marathon
Wow.
from my college to Goa and back, about 600 kilometers in 5 days.
Wow.
When I was
remarkable.
part of NCC.
Remarkable.
So that was, I still look at some of those things and replicate.
Yes,
yeah.
those are wonderful memories.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for joining us, Narayan, in podcast today.
Absolutely, always a pleasure to work with Ramakrishna and always a pleasure to meet you as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much.